Hello and welcome to the Football Gander podcast. This is episode 3 of the Football Gander. I'm Ed McIntyre as always, and please say that I'm joined by Kieran Cobley. How are you, Kieran?
I'm alright, pal, how are you?
Yeah, not bad. Did Chesterfield play this weekend?
We did, we drew again, and we've got Billericay tonight, so next pick up.
Alright, nice, good luck to him. And of course we're joined by Will Hopper as well as usual. How are you, Will?
Yeah, not bad, thanks.
Doing any more writing for the rugby paper?
No, I think I've been sacked.
Have you? Well, that's not the greatest of news then. Well, of course, in this episode we will be going over both England games, and of course it has been the international break. England beating USA 3-0 last Thursday and then beating Croatia 2-1 in that crucial Nations League game. We'll also be discussing Fulham appointing former Leicester City boss Claudio Ranieri as their new manager. Ranieri, of course, won the Premier League with Leicester a few years ago, so big appointment there for Fulham. And we'll also be going over some of the big games to look forward to this weekend across Europe. And then we've got the big football quiz, so plenty of stuff to keep you entertained for the next hour or so. So let's crack on, shall we? So we'll start with England, of course. Played 2 games last week across 4 days, and we'll go in chronological order and start with their friendly game against the USA. They, of course, won 3-0 thanks to goals from Jesse Lingard, Trent Alexander-Arnold and Callum Wilson. But we've got to talk about Wayne Rooney, don't we? Of course, the England record goal scorer came out of retirement to play against the USA at Wembley. And all the proceeds for this game went to the Wayne Rooney Foundation, which helps the less fortunate. So well done to everyone who helped there. But it was a perfect send-off for Rooney, wasn't it? 3-0 to England.
I mean, he only came on for about 20 minutes, didn't he, really? Didn't really contribute that much to the game. But yeah, to go out on a high like that, to go out on a 3-0 win, I think that's something, he probably wanted also. It's a nice round number, in it, 120, so 120 caps.
Yeah, the only thing missing was his goal, weren't it, really?
Yeah.
I mean, the result obviously is what matters. I mean, I know it was only a friendly, but it's always great to beat the Yanks.
Yeah.
But no, I think. I mean, I wasn't a massive fan of him getting called up in the first place. I thought that was sort of it now. But after seeing it, I'm actually quite happy that things turned out the way they did.
Yeah, and the fact that it was for the Wayne Rooney Foundation as well is just absolutely brilliant.
Yeah. I think that's something. I think that's as close as testimonial getting international football. I think there's a few other players probably ought to have that as well. In the future, depending on how their international careers go as well. So it's nice to see that England have implemented that, and they're helping charities out at the same time.
Yeah, and Wayne Rooney played 35 minutes. It was promised 25 minutes, but he ended up playing 35. I think would have made it more special as if Rooney was subbed on just by himself, and not with 2 other players.
Yeah, I think that was a bit weird, really, wasn't it? To have a game in his honour, but then bring him, don't give him a standing ovation or anything, just bring him on with 2 other players. But I think that might be down to referees and stuff saying you've got to bring them on.
Yeah.
With this many players, you can't just do one substitution and a minute later another one. So.
Yeah, I think it would have been nice, obviously, for him to get that standing ovation from 80,000 and stuff. But I think the bringing them all on together, Southgate's still trying to keep that competitive edge to the team rather than everyone just sort of going, oh, it's Rooney coming on now. It's now getting a bit like.
I mean, it kind of felt like a Wayne Rooney testimonial, really.
Yeah,
well.
That exact feeling that friendly had. I think that's what it was meant to feel like.
Yeah,
really.
But it's well deserved, though. I mean, he is an England legend and a legend for both club and country.
Yeah. Also, the fact that I imagine the Americans are quite happy because that's going to, he's obviously doing bits out there to raise the profile of the game. So having involved in the friendly match was probably what they wanted because it helps them. Yeah,
and Wayne Rooney, he almost scored a few goals as well. I remember right at the end there was a chance that was saved by Brad Guzan and also a ball that was whipped across the box. Wayne Rooney went for it about 5 yards out, but he just missed it. So it would have been nicer if Wayne Rooney scored, but for me, perfect send-off for him. 3-0 over the USA. Wayne Rooney's probably thinking, I wish I were part of this England setup. Gareth Southgate, he's got other youths. He's probably thinking, I wish I were part of this.
Just won't fit in, would he? I think when you look at that side, I don't think there's anywhere really where he'd fit in.
Yeah.
I don't think he'd play in that number 10 role as well as other players, kind of like Dele Alli and Ruben Loftus-Cheek. And you can't play him as a striker because he hasn't got the pace there anymore to compete against, compete in the World Cup. So
yeah, I mean, it's probably the last time we'll see him play England, and in a match that competitive as well. But England has still played a young and young and inexperienced side, but they were very impressive. To be fair, Jadon Sancho, he was the standout for me. I was really, really impressed with him. Of course, only 18 years old, and he plays for Borussia Dortmund, and he's getting in that starting 11 for Borussia Dortmund, and they're top of the league as well. So he's one to look out for, isn't he?
He was fantastic. He was up and down that pitch all night, and
played the full 90 as well.
Yeah, up and down for the full 90, just doing bits. It's quite easy to see why Dortmund are giving him regular first team football.
Yeah, well, he's keeping Pulisic, isn't he, out of the Dortmund team?
Yeah, Pulisic, obviously USA as well.
Yeah, and I don't claim to know much about the Bundesliga, so I was a bit sceptical as to whether maybe is he actually as good as they say he is. But I mean, when you see the game and you've seen what he did and how he handled the pressure. I mean, I know it was only a friendly, but it's still England debut.
Yeah. You can see the benefits of going away from Man City as well, from their academy, and going out to play in Dortmund, because this is the second season now where he's getting first team football as well. If he was still at Man City, it'd be like Phil Foden, where he just gets the odd 10 minutes here or there.
I think we'll see a lot more with English youth players. They'll go over to European countries to play their first team football.
Reece Nelson's out there as well for Hoffenheim, and he's doing pretty well. So I think it might be seen as an alternative route. Plus, the Bundesliga is probably as similar as you'll get to the Premier League. So I think it's a great place to be sending young players out. Jadon Sancho and Reece Nelson obviously reaping the benefits of being out there. So.
Yeah, Jadon Sancho really was impressive, and 18 years old as well. He's going to be one good player in the future. Callum Wilson as well also played striker in that game. If Welbeck didn't get injured, and then Welbeck's playing that game, but Callum Wilson went in, and good to see Callum Wilson play. 26 years old, plays for Bournemouth, but he could be one to look out for. He could be a future striking option in upcoming tournaments.
I think we'll see him in the European Nations League again, because Welbeck's obviously out, but also he did score. He scored on his England debut. It's quite an elite club to be a part of. Played really well. Looked to be embracing the opportunity.
Yeah, I didn't realise he was only 26 years old. No offence to Callum Wilson, but he looks like he's in his mid 30s. Like, he's pushing on a bit.
He's been around for a while, hasn't he?
I mean, yeah, I don't know where he came from before Bournemouth, but his record at Bournemouth is good. Obviously 1-1 for England. But you said there about being in an elite club, scoring on your debut and stuff. Most England players score on their debut against
Mickey Lambert,
like Lithuania or San Marino, and I mean, I know USA didn't qualify for the World Cup, but they're still a fairly good team to put a performance against.
Yeah. But I think it's good to see strikers like Callum Wilson. He's another option there, because for best part of a few years we've only been relying on Harry Kane to play striker. Yeah, and
there was the thing with Troy Deeney as well, where Southgate was saying, he doesn't really fit our mould, which is why I thought Wilson doesn't really. I don't think he fits the mould either. But
no,
we're desperate, aren't we? Really, with Welbeck being out,
we need that option as well. You can't just have players that fit the mould, because you need to have a plan B and C. We've seen that before, where if plan A don't work, you've got to either have a big man to put long balls in, or you need to bring on that game changer. So I think it's right to have him in there.
Yeah,
I do think Troy Deeney, if he starts performing well again, he might be on contention for that spot as well.
Yeah, Trent Alexander-Arnold, he got the man of the match in that game, and he scored quite a decent goal. He could be another young player to look out for.
Yeah, he's good. I think he'll be the other option to Kieran Trippier for that right wing back position. I think him and Trippier are going to be fighting tooth and nail.
And Walker as well.
Max Walker plays more in a central role, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's changing him now, but I think he's gone to the back four though recently as well.
Yeah, but I think Trent Alexander-Arnold and Trippier will be the ones sort of competing over that spot.
Yeah, Walker's centre back. Southgate wanted a quick centre back, didn't he? Yeah. Especially during World Cup when he played three at the back. So overall, though, it was good to see some young England players. They played very, very well. Very impressive with him. And a 3-0 win, I feel, was a perfect send off for Wayne Rooney. But it's an end of the era day. England, though, played Croatia on Sunday, of course, after Croatia's 3-2 win against Spain on the Thursday, meant for a crucial game on Sunday, as whichever team won the game would win the group and go on to the semi-finals of the UEFA Nations League. England, of course, won that game 2-1 thanks to the goals from Jesse Lingard and Harry Kane. England now travel to Portugal next summer to play either Portugal or Switzerland or Holland. So it's surely another final for England, is that? But yeah, second semi-final that we've reached in the space of a year. Good to see.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares about the Nations League. Like, I mean, do you think Germany have just been relegated in quotation marks from Division A to Division B? Like, who cares? Like, you don't see Germany going, this is the worst thing to happen in German football. Like, it's a shit tournament. It's the worst idea in the world. Because are you telling me Germany aren't going to qualify for the Euros? Or France or whatever, just because they didn't win their group? The same would have happened for England. It's not a crucial game. Nobody gives a fuck.
You don't like UEFA Nations League, do you?
It's shit.
Kieran?
It's coming home. The UEFA Nations League trademark is coming home. Like,
I like it. It's a competitive tournament. I prefer seeing this to friendlies. It's a different way and a better chance for lesser teams to qualify for the Euros. I like it. And we're now in a semi-final in Portugal, and it's surely another win for us as well. I mean, either Portugal, Switzerland or Holland, we should beat them, shouldn't we?
We should have beat Croatia, shouldn't we? So.
Yeah, well, like, the thing is, like, with Holland, they did beat France 2-0 in one of their last matches, and the other team they played was Germany, who are just on the decline, aren't they? Really?
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on there, because Joachim Löw's not been sacked yet either, so what's happening there?
Yeah.
But this isn't how I don't think this is how UEFA saw this panning out, because they had 4 teams in the World Cup semi-final. 3 of them could have reached the the UEFA Nations League semi-final.
Yeah.
But only one has.
Yeah.
So, what's that to say about the tournament where teams not taking it seriously?
Exactly.
Yeah, but it's a good achievement from England, though, isn't it? And it brings a lot more pride as well. A good World Cup. Yes, we lost in the semi-finals, but that did bring so much more pride to the country. But now we've made another semi-final where we could win a tournament, and this England team must be just filled with confidence right now.
Yeah, but there is a few issues there that need addressing before summer comes round. The fact we're still relying on set pieces for the majority of our goals. The 2 goals against Croatia came from one from a long throw-in. The last one was from a free kick that Harry Kane sort of flicked in.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the problem as well, because we dominated against Croatia for the majority of that game. They just kept on going on counter-attack when they could. But I felt as though we were all over them, and we should have scored more goals, but the fact that we didn't, and we relied on set pieces from one long throw-in and from a free kick, I think that's where the problem lies.
Yeah, I just think maybe they need to James Maddison might be the option to bring in, who's currently playing for Leicester, doing really well for himself there. Maybe put him in that number 10 role, see what he can do. Just addressing the options in that sort of number 10 position, that might help us be a bit more creative. But we're still winning games, and I think the set pieces, I think we're probably the best team in the world now for set pieces. But what happens when you come up against the best team in the world for defending set pieces?
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a sign of a good team, isn't it? If you I know we didn't play badly, but the phrase is, if you play badly and win, it shows how good you are. Because imagine if you play well. But I agree. I think we should have won more convincingly. I mean, that opening 20 minutes. I mean, we had 5 or 6 chances or something, didn't we? So, but it's the same problem. Sterling not being able to finish. Kane fluffed a couple of chances, and his goal meant he was like the first in 3, 4, 5 games that he'd scored for England or something. So
yeah,
at least he's sort of got that monkey off his back now. I don't know when the next games are. I think that could be a problem.
I don't think it's until March.
Yeah, it's a long time, isn't it, to wait? But yeah, I agree. I think we should have won more convincingly.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we played well. This England team must be, filled with confidence. I never had a doubt that we wouldn't beat Croatia. I never thought that we wouldn't beat Croatia. I always knew, even when we went 1-0 down, I thought we're going to win this game.
Especially when what's his name, Vasalko went off. I thought, right, they're in trouble now. because he's arguably their best defender. I mean, Dejan Lovren could talk all he wants about being the best player in the world, but he's not, is he? Let's have it right. He's not even the best defender in that team. So yeah, I think I was confident, despite the scoreline. I was confident, but I think what was it? It was if we drew 1-1. That we would have
finished bottom of the group, which is weird. Don't know how that works.
I mean, like I said, nobody cares, but at least we showed that fight and that spirit to go out and win the game.
Yeah. Jesse Lingard and Jadon Sancho, of course, came on as second half subs. They changed the game, really, and do you feel as though them two should have started? And do you think Southgate should have started, a few more players who played well midweek and rewarded them with a game in this game?
I don't know, because the problem was it was only 2 days after, weren't it? 2 days after the American game.
3 days.
3 days. So Lingard and Sancho had played the whole 90 minutes against USA. I don't know if Lingard played the full 90, but he definitely started because he was the first goal scorer in that game.
Yeah. So
it's like, I think they needed a bit of a rest. I think they should have probably came on at half time, really, rather than later on in the half. But they changed the game. That's what the substitutes are there for. They did the job. And also having that fresh pair of legs, I think that really put the USA. Put Croatia's defence under pressure as well, because we've got now fresh players running at them. So
I mean, I'm glad that them two players, especially Jadon Sancho, came on as well, because Jadon Sancho's now got that competitive match experience for him, because it was his debut against USA, but now he's got that competitive match experience, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think the Sancho substitution was the right time. I don't think he should have started. I think he was brought on sort of perfect timing, but I rate Lingard. I think Lingard should have started. I think out of those two, if you were going to reward one of them, it should have been Lingard.
Yeah. I mean, he scored a fantastic goal against USA as well.
He does,
doesn't he? Beautiful.
He's known for that now, though, isn't he? Like, that's not the first time we've ever seen him do it. And he does score for England. It's just something we're missing, i.e. Sterling.
Yeah. I think it's just because he hasn't seemed to have got himself into Man United starting 11.
But I don't think that matters now, does it, for England? No. I mean, look how little chances the English players get in the Premier League anyway. And especially if you're at a club like Man United, where they've got like a array of talent to choose from.
Yeah.
But yeah, out of the two of them, Lingard for me should have started. Sancho, I thought was right decision.
Yeah, I mean, it's something to look forward to now next year, I guess. The Nations League semi-finals, whatever that means, whatever that's for, I don't know, but it's something to look forward to next year, a tournament in Portugal. But we'll move on to the big breaking news coming out of the Premier League last week regarding Fulham. Of course, they sacked Slaviša Jovanovic last week and replaced him with the man who led Leicester City to the Premier League title in 2016, Claudio Ranieri. But first of all, Jokanovic, it's sad to see him go, isn't it?
Not really, no. I don't think anybody's too fussed.
I mean, I felt as though he deserved more time. He did a good job at Fulham in such a short space of time, got promoted to the Premier League. Yeah, I just felt as though he deserved more time.
The problem is, it's like you need to, when there's a problem, you need to see to it fast.
Yeah.
If you give him 2 or 3 more games, especially when the Ranieri's first game in charge can be Southampton, who are relegation rivals, if they lose that game with Jokanovic in charge, would he then just be sacked anyway? I think the right option was to, unfortunately let him go. Obviously done a lot for the club, but just being nice doesn't get you anywhere in this world. That's what you have to be a bit of a dick.
Yeah.
Sometimes to get anywhere.
I think the timing was perfect though, because obviously it's the international break.
Yeah.
And now that's given him a week
or
and
so,
a half, 2 weeks to actually work with the players to get them playing a system that he wants to play. I mean, the next international break, like it says, not till March, so that's too late to sort of bring in a new manager.
Yeah, and you don't want to sack a manager around Christmas time when you've got so many fixtures as well.
It's worth bearing in mind as well that with Jokanovic in charge, they were conceding over 2.5 goals a game. So that if they continued like that, they'd have beat Derby's record for goals conceded in the modern era for the Premier League. Because I think when I did an article I did for Yorkshire Voice, cheap plug. I think I worked out it was 98 goals if they continued with Jokanovic in charge and the way they were performing. 98 goals conceded. So what's that tell you?
Yeah, I mean, as well, we've seen it a lot more now with clubs down at the bottom end. As soon as something goes wrong, as soon as the bottom of the league, as soon as they're drifting away, I mean, they're running just a few points off safety, but when you start drifting away, when you're not playing well, you haven't won for ages and you're conceding a lot of goals, that's, we're seeing a lot more clubs are sacking their managers and bringing in someone in. But for me, Jokanovic, I mean, I felt as though he could have turned it around, don't you?
No, I think Ranieri is the perfect appointment, really, when you consider Sam Allardyce at the moment is a bit of a poison chalice. He's touching me because of all the England stuff that went on. And obviously, your illegal relegation specialist, Harry Redknapp, is eating kangaroo testicles in a jump ball in Australia at the minute. So,
that is brilliant as well, by the way, isn't it? I don't know if you're watching Ivan Salemi, but it's brilliant, I mean, that.
It's the right appointment. You could argue there he's got a better squad at Fulham than he did with the squad he had at Leicester when he won the Premier League. I think he probably just needs to change his system. I think he'll go to 3 at the back, firm up the defence. Also allows Sessegnon a bit more freedom as a left wing back, and then maybe 1 or 2 appointments, or sort of hirings and getting players in. I think Victor Moses, if he goes to the 3 at the back system, Victor Moses from Chelsea, it'd be a steal. Obviously, he's not getting any game time at Chelsea anymore, and maybe Danny Drinkwater as well, just to give him a midfield option. But for me, Ranieri is the perfect guy to bring in. Premier League experience, will have the respect of the dressing room as soon as he walks in, because he's got that winning mentality and that record.
Yeah.
Like I said, I just think it's perfect time to bring him in. And I'm sure I said in the episode 1 that when we were talking about team down at the bottom, that Ranieri would be a good appointment for any of those. I think it was Huddersfield though I called it on.
Yeah.
So I think I was a bit wrong there, but like you say, he's going to have the respect. However, I don't think we can put too much pressure on him. I mean, the Leicester thing is a miracle. So let's not get carried away with ourselves and think he's going to do the exact same at Leicester, because, history is not on his side. But I think given time, I think he will manage to keep them up. I think they're too good to go down, especially when you see the other teams down there at the bottom.
I mean, Claudio Ranieri, of course, did a good job at Leicester. He won the Premier League title. So if Fulham stay up, is this Fulham now winning the Premier League?
No,
it's worth the bet though.
Yeah.
I mean,
5,000 to 1 odds.
Well, that's the thing. When he took over Leicester, they were 5,000 to 1, and they ended up winning the Premier League.
Yeah.
He's taken over Fulham, who are currently 5,000 to 1.
Yeah.
Stick a quid on. It's a quid.
Aye.
But I don't think he'll win the Premier League. I think a mid-table finish, maybe a push for the one of the cups next season. I think that's a reasonable expectation.
Yeah, I mean, for me, Jokanovic, I feel as though he should have deserved more time. Seeing what he did at Fulham in such a short space of time, getting up into the Premier League. But it is what it is. But Claudio Ranieri is a good appointment. Do you think?
I think it's the best possible appointment. The other options weren't as good. So Allardyce, Redknapp. You look at Moyes. It's like like Will's facial expression there. Some old Ranieri is the perfect guy because the other guys are sort of past it a little bit, I think. And,
I mean, it's good to see him back in English football as well. I mean, he didn't do too well in France, but now he's back in English football. It's good to see him back, and hopefully he does well.
Yeah, the French league's a weird league, so I don't think you can really read that much into it.
Well, now let's quickly go over some of the big fixtures this weekend to look out for across Europe. And in the Premier League, we've got Spurs taking on Chelsea on Saturday evening. Chelsea in third and just 1 point above 4th place Tottenham Hotspur. Chelsea going into it still unbeaten this season, of course, and Spurs look to build on a 1-0 win away at Crystal Palace. In the Championship, you've got some decent clashes as always, but the big one is on Sunday. Aston Villa going up against Birmingham City at Villa Park. That is the big Birmingham derby there, of course. And both teams are on 24 points as it stands, and both just 4 points off of the playoffs. So it's sure to be a good game, as they always are, between them two clubs. In the Liga, you've got a top of the table clash on Saturday as league leaders Barcelona travel to Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid just 1 point behind a Barcelona side that lost 4-3 against Real Betis at home in their last game, so it's sure to be an interesting one. And in Serie A, the only one that stands out really is 4th place Lazio against 5th place Napoli. Just 1 point separating the two sides as they both look to try and stay up there with the Champions League places anyway. So it's another game there to look forward to. Sunday afternoon is that one. Yes, as we mentioned last week on the podcast, we will be doing a football quiz in this episode, and this quiz is all about the Premier League. So the quiz is 15 questions long, all multiple choice, so I'll give you 3 different options to choose from. Then we'll go over the answers afterwards. And also, as we mentioned briefly, it is a team quiz. So 2 others have joined us in the studio. Kieran, who have you got on your team?
I brought in Sam Bannister. Sam is a lad from our course that we all know.
Sam, introduce yourself.
Go on, Sam.
Hiya. So yeah, I'm here on sports journalism course with all you. And
introduce yourself, Sam, and also this is your opportunity to plug anything you want. So anything that you write for, just plug it. Plug it now.
So I'm a Roma fan, and I run my own website about them called Jello Rossi Yorkshire.
Yeah.
Been doing that for a year and a half, so that's like my main project.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so go check it out if you haven't seen it. Also, Will Hopper as well. Who have you got on your team?
I've drafted in with the number 1 draft pick, the man, the myth, Peter Davey.
Hello. Yeah, I'm Peter Davey. I study sports science here, and I'm pretty knowledgeable about football.
Yeah, just quickly, what did you say to me before this quiz started?
How many teams are in Premiership?
It's a Premier League quiz and you don't even know how many teams are in the Premier League right now. You're lucky though, because that isn't one of the questions. That isn't one of the questions, so you are in luck. But Peter, I've known you for years, so it's fantastic to see you. So yeah, I got Team Kieran, we got Team Will. I don't know if you want to, just pick team names. No?
Maybe at a later date. I need thinking time.
I'll get. Alright, Kieran, you can be called Red Hot Quizzy Peppers.
Red Hot Quizzy Peppers.
Oh,
That's a right team name. And Will, you can just be called, I don't know, Team Hopper. Team Hopper, because Hopper's a decent word. I don't know. But yeah, so we got Red Hot Quizzy Peppers and Team Hopper. So Kieran and Sam on Red Hot Quizzy Peppers and Will.
Yeah, you need to keep
Peter.
track as well, because we need to do this more often.
Yes, I will. Let me just grab a pen out of my bag. But yeah, it's a Premier League quiz. Of course, I'll keep track of the scores, and then at the end, there are some bonus questions as well, and it will get interesting. So I'll explain it a bit later on when we get to that point. But we'll get started with the quiz. So, you guys ready?
Yeah, I was going to say, it is literally like you two against Will, because I'm best.
Peter, you basically know nothing about football, do you? Alright, well remember as well, if you're like talking to each other, trying to see out the answer, you'll get picked up in my phone, we can hear it in our headphones, so be careful, just write down the answer and then we'll go over it a bit later. But yeah, question 1 of the big Premier League football quiz. So question 1, what year did the Premier League start? So that is the new Premier League. What year did that start? Is it A, 1992, B, 1993, or is it C, 1990? So what year did the Premier League start? Is it A, 1992, B, 1993, or C, 1990? Give it just a few more seconds to write down your answer. All done? All done? So question 2. Who were the first team to win the new Premier League? Was it A, Manchester United? Was it B, Leeds United? Or was it C, Liverpool?
Definitely Leeds
So
United.
who were the first team to win the new Premier League? So that is in 1993. So who won that? Was it A, Manchester United, B, Leeds United, or C, Liverpool?
I mean, I'm pretty knowledgeable in football, but even I know that's just never going to happen.
So, question 3. Which club were relegated in their first season in the Premier League in the 1997-1998 season? Was it A, Bolton Wanderers? Was it B, Crystal Palace? Was it C, Barnsley? So, which club were relegated in their first season in the Premier League in 1997-1998? Was it Bolton Wanderers, Crystal Palace, or Barnsley? I can see you guys are struggling on that one, so I'll give you just a few more seconds to answer. Yeah, you got it? Right, so question 4. Who has had the most appearances for one club in the Premiership? Is it A, John Terry? Is it B, Steven Gerrard? Or is it C, Ryan Giggs? So who has had the most appearances for one club in the Premiership? Is it A, John Terry, B, Steven Gerrard, or is it C, Ryan Giggs? Just give you a few more seconds to write your answers down and move on to question 5. Question 5. Andy Cole and Alan Shearer shared a record for most goals scored in a Premiership season, but how many goals did they each score? Was it A, 33 goals, B, 34 goals, or was it C, 35 goals? So Andy Cole and Alan Shearer shared a record for most goals scored in a Premiership season, but how many goals did they each score? Was it 33, 34 or 35? Give it a few more seconds to try that one.
That's a guess, that one.
So we'll move on to question 6 then. Who has scored the most goals in a Premiership debut season? So who scored the most goals in their debut season in the Premier League? Is it A, Fernando Torres? Is it B, Alan Shearer? Or is it C, Mohamed Salah? Ooh. So who has scored the most goals in a Premiership debut season? Is it Fernando Torres, Alan Shearer or Mohamed Salah?
Oh, I don't know.
It's a difficult one, that one. Yep, so who has scored the most goals in a Premiership debut season? Fernando Torres, Alan Shearer or Mohamed Salah?
It'll be, I think.
I thought it was Heskey.
Heskey! Oh no, a real Heskey. What a legend. So, question 7. Which club has had the fewest points in a Premier League in one season? Is it A, Derby County, B, Blackpool, or is it C, Sunderland? So which club has had the fewest points in the Premier League in one season? Is it Derby County, Blackpool, or is it Sunderland? Give you a few more seconds. Okay, so question 8. Which player holds the record for most consecutive Premier League appearances? Is it A, Mark Schwarzer, B, Petr Cech, or is it C, Brad Friedel? So all three of them are goalkeepers, but which one holds the record for most consecutive Premier League appearances? Is it Mark Schwarzer, Petr Cech, or Brad Friedel? You mean just a few more seconds? Yeah. Question 9. For what club did Paolo Di Canio play for when he pushed referee Paul Alcock? So what club did Paolo Di Canio play for when he pushed referee Paul Alcock? Was it A, West Ham, B, Sheffield Wednesday, or is it C, Charlton Athletic? So for what club did Paolo Di Canio play for when he pushed referee Paul Alcock? Is it West Ham, Sheffield Wednesday, or is it Charlton Athletic? Yeah, so for what club did Paolo Di Canio play for when he pushed referee Paul Alcock? West Ham, Sheffield Wednesday or Charlton? Question 10. Which player scored his 100th Premiership goal in the year 2000 when scoring from his 50th penalty? So which player scored his 100th Premiership goal from his 50th penalty? Was it A, Gary Lineker, B, Matt Letizia, or was it C, Alan Shearer? So which player scored his 100th Premiership goal in the year 2000 when scoring from his 50th penalty? Was it Gary Lineker, Matt Letizia or Alan Shearer? Guys, look to have wrote down your answers. So question 11. Who is the only player to score a Premier League hat-trick for 3 different clubs? Is it A, Andy Carroll, B, Nicholas Anelka, or is it C, Jermaine Defoe? So who was the only player to score a Premier League hat-trick for 3 different clubs? Is it Andy Carroll, Nicholas Anelka, or Jermaine Defoe? You guys look to be struggling on that one.
Just for shits and gigs.
Yeah, you guys look to be struggling. So yeah, which Premier League? So who was the only player to score a Premier League hat-trick for 3 different clubs? Carroll, Nicholas Anelka or Jermaine Defoe? Alright, question 12. Which Premier League club did Wayne Rooney score his first goal against? Was it A, Manchester United, B, Arsenal, or was it C, Liverpool? So which Premier League club did Wayne Rooney score his first goal against? Was it Manchester United, Arsenal or Liverpool? Maybe just a few more seconds.
Yeah, I think I've got that one.
Look, stop cheating. I'm pretty confident on my answers. I can't even see your answers. I'm pretty confident I knew that one, because I've read so back.
No cheating, no cheating. Also, you will be marking your own answers later on, so make sure that...
No. We're swapping papers. We're not having any cheating.
No, we're not swapping papers. I'll ask you what answer you've got before I read out the answer. Yeah.
What if they change it?
That's
though?
fair enough.
Ed, you've not thought this through, mate.
I'll read out an answer. I'll say, what did you go for? You tell me, and then I'll read out what answer's right.
It's on his phone. It's on his phone. Get his phone away. Come on.
Peter, get off your phone. No cheating, guys, otherwise you'll ruin it for everyone. Right, we'll move on to question 13. Make sure you're playing at home as well. I should have mentioned that before we did the quiz, but if you're listening at home, make sure to play along.
There's some poor sod that's like, I have to replay this now, right? I think questions 1 through 12. You can play along.
Put it back to start. Well, alright, question 13. How many Premier League titles did Sir Alex Ferguson win across his 27 years in charge of Manchester United? Was it A, 9, B, 11, or C, 13? So how many Premier League titles did Sir Alex Ferguson win? Was it A, 9, B, 11, or was it C, 13? Both got that one? Both got down your answers. We'll move on to question 14 then. And who are the only team to have received a golden Premier League trophy? Is it A, Arsenal, B, Manchester United, or is it C, Chelsea? So who are the only team to have received a golden coloured Premier League trophy? Is it Arsenal, Manchester United, or Chelsea? You both got down your answers, yeah?
Yeah.
We'll see if they're right a bit shorter on. Question 15, the last question. So in 2005, Newcastle's Lee Bowyer had an on-pitch scrap with which of his teammates? Was it A, Kieran Dyer, B, Niall Ranger, or was it C, Jonathan Woodgate? So in 2005, Newcastle's Lee Bowyer had an on-pitch scrap with which teammate? Was it Kieran Dyer, Niall Ranger, or Jonathan Woodgate? Give just a few more seconds to write down your answer there. Right, so that question was, in 2005, Newcastle's Lee Bowyer had an on-pitch scrap with which teammate? Kieran Dyer, Niall Ranger, or Jonathan Woodgate? You both heard down your answers?
Yeah.
Right, we'll go through the answers now. So, big Premier League football quiz. Question 1 was, what year did the Premier League start? I'll ask Team Kieran first. Red Hot Quizzy Peppers, what did you go for?
We were quietly confident with 1992.
1992, and Will?
Pete actually answered this one and also got 1992.
So you both went for 1992. Well, the answer is A, 1992. So Leeds United, they won the last old First Division trophy in 1992. And then in 1992, so later on in the year, for the 1992-1993 season, the Premier League was started, and that was with 22 teams as well. But now, of course, it's only 20 teams. So
there you go. Now you know. Before we start.
I'll keep that in mind for next time. 20 teams in the Prem.
So it's one each at the moment. So question 2, I'm pretty sure that you both got this one right. So question 2 was, who were the first team to win the new Premier League? That was in the 1992-1993 season. Was it A, Manchester United, B, Leeds United, or C, Liverpool? I'll ask Will's team first. What did you go for?
Man United.
Manchester United and Kieran?
Yeah, we went with Man United as well.
You both went with Manchester United. Well, the answer is Manchester United. So you both get a point on that one.
Wasn't it Leeds, was it?
No.
Well, Leeds United were in that one.
Ed just shed a tear then.
What?
Just saying, seen you then as soon as he went, oh, well, it's not going to be Leeds United, you just went, yeah, I know.
Well, Leeds United were in the Premier League. They finished 5th. They finished 5th that season.
To be
Leeds
fair, they're
United.
not doing so badly now.
No, but Leeds United were in the Premier League that season. Of course, won the division the season before as well. So.
Was that the last time you won anything?
I think so.
Why you there?
Aye, it was.
I can't really say because I'm a Chesterfield fan.
Last time we won a trophy. We did win promotion from League One a few seasons ago.
Yeah, but
last time we won a trophy was.
It's not a trophy. Winning promotion, is it?
Well, I mean, according to Norwich City, it is, and teams like that. But anyway, we'll move on. Manchester United was the answer to that one. Question 3 was, which club were relegated in their first season in the Premier League in the 1997-1998 season? Was it A, Bolton Wanderers, B, Crystal Palace, or was it C, Barnsley? Sam, what did your team go for?
We went for Barnsley.
You went for Barnsley and Will?
For Palace.
Yeah, we went for Palace.
For Crystal Palace. But the answer, the team that got it right, was Kieran's team. Red Hot Quizzy Peppers got the answer right. So Barnsley were the club to be relegated in their first season in the Premier League in 1997-1998. So it's 3-2 as it stands to the Red Hot Quizzy Peppers. Question 4. Who has had the most appearances for one club in the Premiership? Was it John Terry, Steven Gerrard, or Ryan Giggs? Team Hopper, what did you go for?
Gerrard. Went for Gerrard.
Went for Steven Gerrard. Kieran?
We went with Giggsy.
Went with Giggs. Well, Kieran is storming into the lead. They are 2 points clear now. It was indeed Ryan Giggs. He made 963 appearances for Manchester United.
I think my influence on this team is starting to become apparent now.
So Ryan Giggs, 963 appearances for Manchester United there. So that's the answer to question 4. Question 5. Andy Cole and Alan Shearer shared a record for most goals scored in a Premiership season. But how many goals did they each score? Was it 33, 34 or 35? Kieran?
We went with 34.
You went with 34, Will?
Yeah, we also went with 34.
Well, you both got that question right. It is 34 goals that they both scored. Kieran's team, though, is still in the lead. But yeah, 34 goals were scored by Andy Cole and Alan Shearer in one Premiership season. Incredible season for them. Mohamed Salah actually scored 33 as well. But yeah. So question 6. Who has scored the most goals in their Premiership debut season? Was it Fernando Torres, Alan Shearer or Mohamed Salah? Will?
We went with Shearer.
You went with Shearer, Kieran?
We went with Torres.
You went with Torres. Well, Kieran has again got it right. Fernando Torres scored the most goals in his Premiership debut season. That was in 2007 for Liverpool, of course. I thought it was a trick question because Mohamed Salah, of course, had a fantastic season last season for Liverpool, but he did play for Chelsea before.
Yeah, we knew that one, yeah.
But Alan Shearer, of course, he scored a lot of goals in Premiership, but that answer is Fernando Torres. He scored the most goals in a Premiership debut season. So Kevin's team now 3 points ahead of Will's team. So question 7. Which club has had the fewest points in a Premier League in one season? Was it Derby County, Blackpool or Sunderland? Peter, I'll let you do the honours for that. For
Derby County.
Went for Derby County, Kieran?
Yeah, it's definitely Derby County.
Yep, and you're both absolutely correct on that one. It is, of course, Derby County who got the fewest points in the Premier League in one season. Question 8. Which player holds the record for most consecutive Premier League appearances? Was it Mark Schwarzer, Petr Cech or Brad Friedel? Kieran?
We went with Schwarzer.
You went with Mark Schwarzer and Will, who did you go for?
We had no idea, so we just went with Friedel.
Well, you had no idea, but you do have an idea because Brad Friedel made the most consecutive appearances for a Premier League.
The comeback is on. The comeback is on.
He made 310 appearances in a row in the Premier League, which is mental. There were 3 goalkeepers, and there were pretty hard question that one because they're both, all 3 of those have made quite a lot of consecutive Premier League appearances. But Brad Friedel holds the record with 310. Question 9. For what club did Paulo Di Canio play for when he pushed referee Paul Alcock? Was it A, West Ham, B, Sheffield Wednesday or C, Charlton Athletic? Will, who did your team go for?
We went for Charlton Athletic.
Went for Charlton Athletic. And Kieran?
We went with West Ham. Obviously knowing Di Canio is a bit of a legend there, so that's what we've come for.
Well, you both got that question wrong. It was B, Sheffield Wednesday. He pushed the referee after being sent off in a home game versus Arsenal. So Sheffield Wednesday, that one, it kind of went under the radar his time at Sheffield Wednesday. He's more remembered at West Ham, I think, and also Charlton Athletic, which Will's team went for. But the answer is Sheffield Wednesday. Question 10. Which player scored his 100th Premiership goal in the year 2000 when scoring from his 50th penalty? Was it Gary Lineker, Matt Le Tissier or Alan Shearer? Kieran, who did your team go for?
So we went with Le Tissier. Obviously he's got a fantastic penalty record of only missing one, so we thought that's a safe bet.
Yeah, and well,
we agreed with that logic.
Yeah, well, you both got that question absolutely right. It is Matt Le Tissier. Of course, he was terrific at penalties. He's only missed one in his career. Matt Le Tissier, fantastic player. Him.
And I asked you who Le Tissier was.
Yeah.
Le Tissier was a fantastic player, especially for Southampton. So yeah, Matt Le Tissier scored his 100th Premiership goal in the year 2000 from scoring from his 50th penalty. So question 11 was, who is the only player to score a Premier League hat-trick for 3 different clubs? Was it Andy Carroll, Nicholas Anelka or Jermaine Defoe? Will, who did Team Hopper go for?
We went with a bit of a wild card and we put Andy Carroll.
Yeah, for Andy Carroll. Kieran?
We don't think Andy Carroll's capable of scoring a hat-trick, so we went with Nicholas Anelka.
You went with Nicholas Anelka, you're absolutely right, Kieran. Nicholas Anelka.
If Andy Carroll's listening to this, please we don't mean to offend.
Yeah, and if Andy Carroll's listening...
You're just on the physio bench a lot, that's all.
And if Andy Carroll's listening, we would love you on a podcast as well. But yeah, that is Nicholas Anelka scored a hat-trick for Arsenal, Chelsea and Manchester City. So yeah, Nicholas Anelka, the only player to score a Premier League hat-trick for 3 different clubs. It's a good record.
It's a bit of a Premier League slag when you think about it, isn't it? Because he played for that many Premier League teams, he gets around.
Yeah. Played with Bolton. I think he played for West Brom as well.
Yeah, but he only played there for 9 games, didn't he? Because he got sacked.
Yeah. But yeah, Nicholas Anelka is the only player to score a Premier League hat-trick for 3 different clubs. Question 12: which Premier League club did Wayne Rooney score his first goal against? Was it Manchester United, Arsenal, or was it Liverpool? Kieran, what did Red Hot Quizzy Peppers go for?
So I seem to remember reading his autobiography that his first Premier League goal was against Arsenal, so I think we went with that.
Yep, and Will?
Yeah, we were pretty confident it was Arsenal as well.
Yeah, and you're both absolutely correct. It was against Arsenal. Of course, he made his Premier League debut because he scored his first goal in the Premier League for Everton. That was against Arsenal in 2002. Question 13. How many Premier League titles did Sir Alex Ferguson win? Was it 9, 11 or 13? Peter, do you want to read out what you put?
Yeah, we had no idea, so we put 11.
You put 11, Kieran?
We went with 9.
You went with 9. Well, you both got it wrong. You both got it wrong. It is 13. Incredible.
Impressive.
Incredible. Sir Alex Ferguson was a fantastic manager. But yeah, he won 13 Premier League titles across 27 years in charge at Manchester United from 1986 to 2013. He won 13 Premier League titles. Incredible. Question 14 was who are the only teams to have received a golden coloured Premier League trophy? Was it Arsenal, Manchester United or Chelsea? Sam, I'll let you read out your answer. What did Red Hot Quizzy Peppers go for?
We went for Arsenal for this one, thinking about the invincible season.
Yep. And Will?
We went with Man United, thinking that maybe for their 10th one they got a special trophy.
Well, the answer is, of course, Arsenal. They are the only team to have received a golden Premier League trophy, and that was for their invincible season. They went the entire season unbeaten in the 2003-2004 season. Incredible from Arsenal was that, and yeah, they are the only team to win a golden Premier League trophy. And the last question, question 15, was in 2005, Newcastle's Lee Bowyer had an on-pitch scrap with which teammate? Was it Kieran Dyer, Niall Ranger or Jonathan Woodgate? Will, what did your team?
Pete guessed this one. Go
I
on.
put Kieran Dyer because he sounds like a pikey.
Kieran Dyer, if you are listening, we are so sorry. We are so sorry.
His name is Peter Davey. He lives in Headingley. You'll see him just wandering around lost, looking like he doesn't know where he is. So if you see a small Chinese boy like Pete, just bang him out or something.
Kieran, who did your team go for?
We were Kieran Dyer as well. I seem to remember he talked about this on I'm a Celebrity like 2 or 3 years ago, so I think that was a safe bet.
Big fan of I'm a Celebrity, are you?
It's fantastic television. Like
it is.
When the Premier League's not on, I think I'm a Celebrity is the perfect sort of fill-in.
Yeah, well, you both got that question right. It was, of course, Kieran Dyer. It was a game at St James's Park where Newcastle lost 3-0 to Aston Villa. Big famous scrap was that one. But that was the last question. But
I think we won that one.
There are some bonus questions, though. There are some bonus questions. So right now, let me just add up the score. So
we got 12. I know that.
12. So it's 12-8 to Kieran's team right now. But the bonus questions, It gets interesting here because there are 4 questions, but if you get one right, you get 2 points. If you get a question wrong, you lose a point.
Ooh.
So it gets interesting here. So bonus questions. So question 1 of the bonus round. Who is the only player to have scored a hat-trick in the Premiership, the Championship, League 1, League 2, the League Cup, the FA Cup, and for his country? So who's the only player to have scored a hat-trick in the Premiership, Championship, League 1, League 2, the League Cup, the FA Cup, and for his country? Was it A, Grant Holt, B, Charlie Adam, or was it C, Robert Earnshaw?
Oh, that's a shout, that though. Wait, what's the options again?
Was it A, Grant Holt, B, Charlie Adam, or was it C, Robert Earnshaw? So the only player to have scored a hat-trick in the Premiership, Championship, League 1, League 2, the League Cup, the FA Cup, and for his country. An incredible stat, that. And I was really surprised when I saw that one. Question 2 of the bonus round. Which player has made the most Charity Shield appearances? Is it A, Ryan Giggs, B, Paul Scholes, or is it C, Frank Lampard?
Ooh. Well, we've just heard them say Scholes, so we're putting that down as well.
Yeah, so here's the which player has made the most Charity Shield appearances? Was it Ryan Giggs, Paul Scholes, or Frank Lampard? Question 3 of the bonus round. Which Championship club this season currently have the highest averaged overall attendance for away matches? So who has the most travelling fans this season in the Championship? Is it A, Birmingham City, B, Norwich City, or is it C, Leeds United? So which Championship club this season currently have the highest averaged overall away attendance?
Which fans are fanatic boozers?
So is it A, Birmingham City, B, Norwich City, or C, Leeds United? And the last question for the bonus round. How much did Manchester United sign 17-year-old Cristiano Ronaldo for from Sporting Lisbon? Was it A, £10 million, B, £12 million, or was it C, £15 million?
Give us the options again.
So yeah, how much did Manchester United sign 17-year-old Cristiano Ronaldo for from Sporting Lisbon? Was it £10 million, £12 million, or was it £15 million? Both heard that one. So we'll go over the answers then. Gets interesting here. So question 1, of course, was who is the only player to have scored a hat-trick in the Premiership, Championship, League 1, League 2, the League Cup, the FA Cup, and for their country? Was it Grant Holt, Charlie Adam, or Robert Earnshaw? Kieran, who did your team go for?
So I didn't have a clue, but Sam seemed to think Robert Earnshaw, and I'm more than happy to go with his guess. So we pump for that.
No, scribble out answers.
We couldn't decide between Charlie Adam or Robert Earnshaw, but now we're going to say Robert Earnshaw.
I just saw you scribble out an answer. Alright, I'll allow it. And you're both absolutely correct. Robert Earnshaw is the only player to have scored a hat-trick in the Premiership, Championship, League 1, League 2, the League Cup, the FA Cup, and for his country. Incredible stat is that. Robert Earnshaw, of course, played for 13 different clubs in his career. That is including the Welsh side. Question 2. So you both get 2 points for that one. So right now it's 14-10.
Alright, we need to make some tactical changes here. Because otherwise we're going to have the same result.
So question 2. Which player has made the most Charity Shield appearances? Was it Ryan Giggs, Paul Scholes, or Frank Lampard? Will, who did the team Hopper go for?
We originally went Scholes to be safe, as I also know Kieran's team went for Scholes. But in order to try and boost our score, we have to go for Giggs.
And Kieran, you went for Scholes?
We went Scholes. Obviously, Man United won so many Premier Leagues, so it makes more sense for him to be in there.
It's Charity Shield appearances, though.
Yeah, but if you need to win the Premier League, don't you, to get in the Charity Shield? So.
Yeah. Well, the answer is A, Ryan Giggs.
Oh, I'm telling you! I'm telling you!
Comeback's on.
So it's 14-12 right now.
He retired for a bit.
It could be the last question, this, I swear down.
So, question 2 was, which player has made the most Charity Shield appearances? Was it Ryan Giggs, Paul Scholes or Frank Lampard? And the answer is Ryan Giggs. Question 3, which championship club this season currently has the highest average overall attendance for away matches? Was it Birmingham City, Norwich City or Leeds United? Sam, I'll let you do the honours for your team.
We've put Leeds. Thought you had to get that in there, didn't you? So.
Put Leeds United?
Yeah, we went with Leeds as well.
You both went for Leeds United. Whew. Well, the answer is Birmingham City. It is Birmingham City. So Birmingham City have the highest average overall attendance for away matches this season. I thought it was a trick on, but Leeds United, they have the highest average attendances for all matches, both home and away, but Birmingham have the highest for away matches. So right now it is 12-11 to Kieran's team. So question 4, this is interesting.
The best we can hope for is a draw, I think.
So question 4. How much did Manchester United sign 17-year-old Cristiano Ronaldo for from Sporting Lisbon? Was it A, £10 million, B, £12 million, or was it C, £15 million? Will?
I couldn't see what they put, so we're going to say 15.
15, Kieran?
We thought it was slightly less. We thought it would go against Fulham with 12.
Went for £12 million.
Go on.
Over.
Be nice.
The correct answer, and I can reveal the winning team of this quiz is Red Hot Quizzy Peppers, Kieran's team. Kieran and Sam.
Ole, ole, ole.
So,
to be fair, we came closer than I thought we would.
you did come close. I thought it was going to be interesting. I thought you could have.
Yeah, we took it seriously in the second round.
So the closest you came was 13-12, and that was in the bonus round. But the winner of the big Premier League football quiz is the Red Hot Quizzy Peppers, Kieran and Sam. Kieran's team. You guys have a winners.
What's the prize?
What's the price?
We do it over the season. So
we'll do it over the season, so it's 1-0 to you now. We'll do quizzes throughout the season at whatever stage we feel like we should. But yes, for right now, Kieran's team is the winner. That answer was, of course, £12 million. Before I don't read out the answer, so people at home are like, what is the answer then? It's £12 million, so Manchester United signed 17-year-old Cristiano Ronaldo from Sporting Lisbon for £12 million. Absolute bargain there. But congratulations to Kieran for winning that one. But that brings us to the end of this episode of the Football Gander podcast. Thank you to everyone who's joined me. Kieran, thank you for joining me, and Sam as well. You had fun, Sam?
Yeah, it's been great. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you enjoyed the quiz?
Yeah, it was very fun, especially to win.
Yep. And Will, of course, thank you for joining me as well, as always. And Peter, thank you for being on the podcast as well.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, no help you with that.
I got the first answer right.
Yeah, thank you to everyone. Thank you to all you guys who have been on it. Kieran and Will, obviously, on it all the time. But also thank you to everyone who has listened as well. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to us on iTunes. We are now on iTunes, so make sure you subscribe to us on iTunes and give the podcast a 5-star rating. But for now, we'll see you next time. Please do join us. And from us, for now, it is ta-ra from us.